Okay, so look, this is what most people are used to, right? Looking at charts. That's the way most people have traded for years. And, that's cool. It's great. It's what everyone does, but you got to look at the overall success rate that traders have. It's not good. And, there's a reason for this. And especially in the options market, there's a reason for this, but there's a reason in general. Shares, it's a whole different mindset in the options game. If you're trading options to make a profit, which is very hard to do, and there's reasons for this, but where I think that everything is headed towards, and I'm sure that people are aware and they've seen this, is everybody wants to go algorithmic and they want to trade algorithmically. Now, this is a great thing, but what you have to know in order to successfully do that, like starting from nothing essentially and building your own algorithm and all of that and trading it effectively and efficiently, the learning curve is steep, my friends. So that is where you're going to turn to companies that offer some kind of product or service that you can use to aid in this venture of trying to trade algorithmically. What I'm going to show you is some of the logic in this video that goes behind that. One second, my microphone's screwing up. There we go. I'm going to reset this. But essentially what we're looking at here when we look at a chart is open, high, low, close, volume. And that's basically it, right? You look at a candle. What is it? It's open, high, low, and a close with a volume amount. You have your VWAP. You have your technical indicators, which are essentially just moving averages visualized in different ways to help you identify trends and patterns. And that's why all this stuff can be adjusted. Your RSI links and upper bands can be changed. This is what makes the algorithms work. It's these changes, all of these settings that you use, all of these data attributes that you see on these charts that you look at can be harvested from a data perspective and then utilized to trade with algorithmically. So I'm going to show you here in a second what I'm talking about. So this is ACB on the 1-day time frame, and obviously things change when you change time frame. The 1 hour looks different than the 30-minute, and that looks different than the week. It's all relative to the time frame and the trader's time horizon of their trade. So that's the thing, right? It's a very vast thing. So very simply, if I wanted to not look at charts and find trading opportunities without even, looking at anything except data, that is possible now. And that's what I've been working on essentially for the last 3 years in trying to master, is this entire thing that everyone's moving towards right now, which is algorithmic trading. So let's just go ahead and I'll make a new project folder. And this is going to be a very, very simple one. Just test proj. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to just make a main file. Let me zoom in here. It's going to do main.py. Anybody with basic Python experience can do this. Import requests, and then we're going to do r is request.get, and then in the URL we're going to put https://www.budstop.io/ let's do td9.json, and then to parse this down, I'm going to run this real quick so I can show you the output. Is the site down? Oh, I didn't do it right. It's /API/td9. And this is the data response here. This is all live data. All these scripts here you see at the bottom of the screen are all live scripts being ran and inserted into the database. And this is the database stats here. At most today I was stress testing the system, and I was at about just shy of 3 billion tuples out in block IO transactions. So it's pretty crazy what you're capable of doing in today's day and age. But anyways, this is the data. So this data that I just returned here on screen is this data here. it's the same stuff. This is the same stuff. I'm going to do pretty print. So it's the same data. So this right here is what we're seeing in the Visual Studio Code terminal. And what the difference is we can work with it here. So now we just do for I and R. This gives us the attributes in the dictionary, which is just another list of stuff. So then to get those names, we'll just zero this off to get the names in the first index, which will be this stuff right here. So these are all of our data attributes that we can utilize from that response. So I'm not going to use insertion timestamp. Setup count, let's do that, is r.get td setup. I'm sorry, we got to do list comprehension here. So it's i.get td setup count for I and R. And then you just do this same thing for the rest of the attributes. So that'd be td signal, ticker, time span, and then timestamp. So I'm basically doing the same thing that I'm doing on the chart a second ago, except I'm not using the chart, I'm using data. So what do I want to do? I want to find a TD9 signal that's, either a green 9 or a red 9 on a put play, which would be one that's near the overbought territory, which we're going to have to incorporate the RSI to get that. But for now, let's go back here, and let's just go ahead and do for signal in TD signal, print signal, just so we can get an idea of what we're looking at here. Potential sells, so there's potential sell and potential buy. So to logically filter this out, we would say if signal equals potential TD9 buy, you can manipulate the data. We can change it now to whatever we want. So if you don't like that it's potential TD9 buy, you can just rename it to buy, or buy, or whatever you want. You can control it. That's the whole beauty of working on it from this end. We would do TD signal is buy, and then you could do the same thing for sell. And then now it's a little bit easier to work with moving down. So now we can say if ticker, let's do this. If TD signal is buy, we want to do ticker has a TD signal at the TD signal. Let's just go ahead and test that out and see what it looks like. No data. I think that was double spaced. Print this out. Okay, so we have our two signals, buy and sell, and we can filter however we want. So let's just go ahead and save this to a data frame, which in reality, the easiest way to do that, we could just import pandas as PD. I was just kind of showing you the structure of the data and how to work with it. But to get the data frame, essentially what we'd have to do is just say data frame is pd.dataframe r. I've set it up to where it should just be able to be directly converted to a data frame. And then you can see here that we have all the information clearly laid out in a CSV file for us. Or to save it, all you have to do is just do df.to CSV and then put, td9 signals.csv and then hit enter. And you get that file pop up right here. The same thing. Now you can look at it. So let's just look at this for a second. So TD9 sell for DPST on the 1 hour. Let's go ahead and do that. So DPST on the 1 hour, and you have a, what was it? What number was it on? Let's see. It's on an 8. So now we go back here to the chart, 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it would be on the 8th count. So the next candle will be 8. So this was a potential TD9. So likely, I believe Webull starts to print the TD9 on the 8, I believe. So we should see a 9 on this DPST chart tomorrow, but that's just for your TD9. is not enough to trade with, obviously. But that's how you would find it. There's other ones too. Let's look for a daily one. And to do that, again, we can just filter this. I'll show you one more from this one. Let's do DVN. DVN is coming in as a sell signal on the daily. It's pretty close. The RSI is where I want it though, but it is close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 9 there. Sometimes Webull doesn't catch all of them. They actually calculate the ADX wrong too. They're off by 1 decimal point. So let's go back to the terminal here for a sec. That was DVN, and it's a 7. It's saying it's a -7 potential sell. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that's right. It still could show up. It's on the 7. So, but anyways, you see that's how you can find some TD9s, right? So what if you wanted to add some more layers on top of that to make it more, likely that you're going to be right about the trade that you want? Well, that's where you go back here. And we're going to do this. Instead of doing this, I'm just going to use the database. So give me a second. APIs.polygon.database. Polygon database. And we're going to do import asyncio. We're going to say query select ticker from TD9. I think it's pre-TD9, I think, where let's see here, TD signal. Really, we don't even have to do the signal column. We can just do search by the count, the setup count. Let's just look for 8. Look for setup count of 8. So TD setup count. We'll do 8 or -8. And we'll do. I think that's all we need to do. We'll do the ticker, and we'll do and we need the time span as well. And let's do it on the daily. And time span equals D. That should do some results there. So results db.fetch query, and then we'll do. Let's just print the results to make sure we get some first. And we'll do. We need to connect to the database here. And then we'll run this just to see. Okay, it must be TD9 pre, not pre-TD9. Okay, so we got our results there. So we have 1, 2, 3, Target, eBay, Billy, and AR, and ARCC. Let's just look at a couple of these real quick just to make sure. AR. And it flagged as the -8 or 8. That one, I have the TD9 set on here, right? Yeah, it's on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it just didn't. It's not flagging on Webull for some reason. So it's hard to verify. But if you count the candles, it's correct. It's just not. It's weird that it's not flagging. So AR 1 day. We have Target on the day. Let's see, it would start here. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's correct. And then let's just do one more. What was it? Billy. Billy's looks like 1, 2. So it would be right. It's got to be, so TD9, it closes lower than the 4 candles prior. So you look back 4 candles, and then this one here is, let's see, wait, 1, 2, yeah, this one here closed lower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, 8. So one, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with the bullish signal here as well for hammer. Sick. Okay, so that's the TD9. So if we wanted to take it further, and we get our results here, let's just say tickers. Let's just do for ticker and results print ticker. So now we have our tickers that we know have TD9 characteristics, right? So then what we can do is we can say, we'll do another subsequent request. We'll do request.get https putstop.io. Now we'll do MACD RSI, and we'll do the same thing there. Print this out. We should see all of our tickers now, nicely printed. DKNG, OMC, these are your MACD tickers here. Zip, ASTH, and RNWZ. I'm just going to make this a little quicker and just show you the database side of this real quick. Let's just do select all from MACD RSI. So these are your candidates here for the MACD RSI. So what this is scanning for, you're looking at a bullish MACD that's about to or has very recently crossed bullish or bearish, combined with an RSI that's either overbought or oversold in the same corresponding direction that logically makes sense. So obviously, if you have an oversold RSI, you're going to be looking for a bullish MACD cross to the upside, and then vice versa for puts. So the minute I don't really pay attention to very much because it's the minute. The data can vary. The day and the hour is what I'll pay attention to. So let's go to SPWR first. Why does this chart look like that? Oh, I did the wrong thing. I was like, there's no way this just got listed. Oh, it's not even available on here. That's funny. Okay, so not SPWR. Let's do a different one. Let's do PayPal and WDC. PayPal. Okay, so PayPal, you got your bullish MACD about to cross. The RSI is a little bit higher than I would like it to be. I don't think we queried though for. It should automatically though have oversold conditions. Oh, that was on the hour. We're on the daily. My bad. Okay, so on the hour it's actually looking more bearish. So that makes sense. So yeah, the RSI is right there on the overbought territory. MACD starting to flatten out and curl, like it's about to start, coming on down. And then you have your nice uptrend there. I believe that looks like a TD9 to me. Was there a PayPal on the TD9? I don't remember. Let's do distinct ticker. Let's do this, where ticker is PayPal. Okay, perfect. So we have PayPal in the TD9. So you just saw it in the chart. Let's do select all. So PayPal is flagged as a TD9 on the day, the M1 and the M60, which is the 1 minute and the 1 hour. So let's go to the day. So yeah, it's starting its trend. It had the low count, so it could be in a nice trend here. So let's go back to the 1 hour. But that's why time frames can lie. There's still a little gap right here to fill, but you see what I'm saying. You can build on the logic, and you can find these setups without ever looking at the chart. You look at the chart second, not first. It's kind of different than what many are used to. So anyways, let's look at a couple more. We have NLY, UNG, and plug. Let's do plug. But yeah, same thing here. MACD is a little bit early, but the RSI is super overbought. Same kind of pattern. It looks almost the same as the other one. And that's the idea, is you'll start to notice that a lot of these are the same. There's Snap and BTU. Same shit. This one actually went past the TD9, which is good that it didn't flag there. But yeah, MACD RSI, still same setup. A couple more. Let's do QS and BTU. QS and BTU. Same shit. BTU. There's a call one. RSI is a little higher than I would like. I need to figure out why there's such a big difference there, but generally same thing. I'm on the right time frame though, right? Yes, yes. But you get the idea. Very, very powerful stuff that you can do. And that's just a few things. There's so many other things you can do. Like, for example, like, you know, just from a database perspective alone, like if I just wanted to query like filter options, you know, if I wanted to find, you know, select, ticker, strike, call, put, expiry, bid, ask from ultimate, where the bid is greater than or equal to 0.02 and the ask is less than 0.03. I mean, I can do that. Oh, I forgot to put the, you know, when I do the correct syntax. And there you go. There's the answers right there. And then you can filter it further. Like if I wanted it, okay, but you know, if I don't want ones that are expiring soon, you know, what contracts are this cheap a little bit further out? And I can, you know, add in the expiration. I can say, and expiry is greater than or equal to, you know, 2025-01-10. And then there you go. Everything's going to be greater than or equal to that expiration. Or if I wanted it to be greater than, it would remove all of this. Now there's no more 10 expirations. If I only wanted to do calls, I could say, and call put is call. And the idea is to filter it down until you get that one contract that you buy, because it fits all your logic, all your criteria to make some money on. And that's the game. But yeah, you know, you just go from here. And a lot of these are SLV because SLV, you know, is a piece of shit stock. I hate it. But you can make some nice scalps on those, on these really low penny contracts if the conditions are right. So like let's look at this one. So from data perspective, you notice how most of these are SLV. That would make me as the data analyst not want to look at SLV, but I look at the ones that are not SLV because we have, you know, they're called outliers. SBUCs, TLT, and AAL. So let's look at AAL. And see, we're just cross-referencing the data with the chart, not the other way around. So AAL, I don't see anything there that I normally like to trade off of. Bearish MACD is looking promising. What's the daily look like? Daily looks decent. Still think MACD could slope down more with the RSI. Looking bearish. It is what it is. That's why you have to determine what makes sense to you. Test it, see if it works, and you just go from there. But yeah, very, very powerful stuff. And, you know, if I wanted this probably won't flag any results, but and delta, like if we wanted a delta of, you know, bigger than 0.4. Oh wow, they do exist. That's crazy. Look at that spread. What? That doesn't even make sense. IYR 82. I gotta look at this shit. IYR. That was a call, right? No, yeah, something ain't right there. 12.7 bid and a 0 ask. The bid's right. Ask got glitched out. We could filter those mistakes out by doing and what was it? Ask is greater than 0. Well, I put is in there. There you go. That removes that problem. But there's actually results there, and look, you get more than SLV. A lot more results here. And then you can look a little bit further out. Like some of these don't expire until, like this one here, the 31st. So we can look at Vail for the 31st, and we can go look at that option contract, which is a 10.5 call. A little bit of ways out there from, you know, a price perspective, but you got 10.5 call, and there it is, 0.2, 0.3. Not a lot there, but you see how you can find exactly what you would look for before you look at it. You can find it by looking for it here, and then you go look at it. So now what we can do is we can take that call. So let's just do this. I'm going to go ahead. I need to get the option symbol, so we're going to take that and do some more shit with it. So now we have the symbol. So I'm going to pull that symbol of Vail right here. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to go to this file here. Let's go to, where's my testing file? Testing. Options volume analysis. So let's just do this. Select all from options volume analysis where, actually hold on a second, I need to get the, it is option symbol, okay. Select all from options volume analysis where option symbol equals our symbol. And we do not have it yet. So what I can do is I can just go add it real quick. Let's just comment this shit out real quick. Okay, so we're gonna get it. We're just gonna pass it in as a list. I'm just gonna print X. Oh, you know what? I may have did that wrong. Hold on. What this is doing is it's going and it's scanning all of the trades that occurred prior with this ticker and getting the volume analysis, or it's supposed to anyway. Oh, that's the wrong function. It's option. Yeah, it's fetch at the money volume analysis for ticker. It actually didn't get much, so it may not have a lot of trade history on that ticker. Let's go look at it manually. It's 10.5. Oh yeah, there's no data on it. Okay, let's do a symbol with data. Really, I could just run this script here and show you in real time. So I'm just gonna run this. So this will be actively inserting symbols into the database with trading volume that are, you know, anything of significance. I'm not recording volumes of like 1, obviously, because it doesn't make much sense. But I do aggregate it over time to get historic data and things like that. So I'll show you a sample data frame when it prints out here. But essentially, that's what you do. You take all of this data and you basically put it together in a way that spells out profit, and then you're automatically notified of when these conditions are met in the market, and it notifies you through the algo, and that's what you trade them on. And you know, that's what we're moving towards. And this video has gone on way too long, but there's just so much you can do in this space, man, and I love it. Very, very much so. It's just amazing the shit you can do with this. And this is doing it for all of the nearest expiring options. So you get your total volume, your average, your buy volume versus your sell volume versus your neutral volume. You know, if you wanted to go to the database and query the results this way, you could say select all from options volume analysis. Order, like if you wanted to order it by volume descending, then you'll see, you know, which tickers have the most buy volume. Oh, we also got to put and by volume, oh wait, hold on, where by volume is not null. And then now we're seeing what's in order from most to least from a by volume perspective, which we see here is clearly Nvidia, Amazon, Tesla, Apple, Lucid, you know, all of your S&P 500 components. And yeah, it provides a lot more to look at here than here, because here you're only getting about 4 to 5 data attributes. Here you're getting, there's so many, dude. It's crazy. But anyways, that's my ramble for today. Holy shit, this video is almost 30 minutes.